Previously on Day Unfiltered, we discussed.
No doubt about it. The most difficult thing to do or to achieve for any human being is change. Since 1999, the administration of President Olusegun Obasanjo said it. The administration of Umaru Yar'Adua said it. The administration of Goodluck Jonathan said it. Muhammadu Buhari repeated it before Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration now put it into action. There are examples of misappropriation, for example, in the humanitarian ministry, where the federal government was involved in direct cash transfer, conditional cash transfer at some point in time, CCT, to the most vulnerable in the society, the poorest of the poor in the Nigerian society. That has been abused. So what I'm trying to say is that it is better that this is allowed to cascade through the subnational levels of government, the states and the local government councils, to ensure that poverty alleviation programs are put in place. Programs that can make lives, the life of the commoners a lot better. And that the effect of that can be felt more at the subnational levels of government, because the subnational levels of government are where the people are, particularly the local government. The more the local government is allowed to function effectively, the better for this kind of programs. So much has been said about the removal of subsidy.
President Bola Tinubu has declared that the era of fuel subsidy is gone in Nigeria.
Another thing that is of interest, particularly concerning the cost of living and the day-to-day living of the ordinary Nigerians, is obtaining loans. Because this is also a very interesting topic, and it's a topic that is very prominent out there today. People raise the questions, or the question from time to time: why does the federal government of Nigeria need to borrow again when they have removed subsidy? Governance is a continuum. Projects that have been completed in the past need to be maintained. In addition to that, new projects would have to be started, would have to take off. And the fastest way to improve the economy is through infrastructural development. Developmental states, welfare states, the type that the likes of Obafemi Awolowo did in Western Nigeria, and up till today is the reference point. The type that was embarked upon by Sir Ahmadu Bello Sardauna of Sokoto in the then northern region, that is still of reference, because we like to romanticize with the past in Nigeria. The past was very good in Nigeria. All these governments that we have referred to from time to time became popular through the infrastructural development that they embarked upon at that point in time. Obafemi Awolowo was known for free education, free health, and infrastructural development in Nigeria that catalyzed the economy of that time. So government will need from time to time to borrow, to get loans, to embark on this project. I think the proper question to ask is, what were the processes? Were the loans properly assessed? What were the reasons provided for the loans? Are the reasons justifiable? The president alone cannot obtain a loan. The president would have to approach the National Assembly. The same thing, it applies to state government. The state governor cannot obtain a loan all on his own without the approval of the assembly. So at the state level, the state assembly. At the National Assembly, the National Assembly. How methodical, how procedural were the loans before they were approved? Did the National Assembly do due diligence? So these are the questions to ask. If no, then it means that the National Assembly or the State Assembly is also culpable. And what it means is that loans obtained today would have to be repaid in future. We must also remember the fact that loans that were obtained in the past, loans have always been obtained. There is nothing wrong in obtaining loans, particularly if the loans are meant for projects and infrastructure that can lead to a better living for Nigerians. Loans are obtained everywhere in the world. The United States obtain loans, the United Kingdom obtain loans, they obtain loan in Germany, France obtain loans, China obtain loans. So the most important is that if these loans are to be obtained, then they must have reasons. Loans shouldn't be obtained for overhead, paying salaries and so on and so forth. Loans should, from the business point of view, loans are better obtained for regenerative activities, meaning that activities and developments that can lead into a surplus so that the loans can be paid in good time and be paid without too much pains on the national economy of Nigeria. Another point to raise, particularly concerning the cost of living in Nigeria, is the cost of running the government. The cost of governance in Nigeria is high, and this has been said from time to time. Salaries of assembly members, both at the national and at the state level, are not in conformity with the current realities in Nigeria. Current economic realities in Nigeria will not support public officials having outlandish or out of this world salaries and packages. In addition to their salaries, they also collect huge allowances that are not in any way in conformity with current realities in Nigeria. If all Nigerians, all citizens of Nigeria live in the same country and are confronted by the same economic realities, then it will be out of place for those who represent the people to ask the people to tighten their belts, whereas they are living large. This would eventually have some implications and some consequences, some effects on the cost of living of Nigerians. If truly those who are in charge of decision making are truly representatives of the people, then the difference between their lifestyle and the lifestyle of the ordinary citizen should not be so evident. Some people, particularly the representatives of the people, cannot continue to live a life of luxury while the average Nigerian, average citizen of Nigeria, continue to wallow in squalor, continue to live in squalor, continue to live wallow in poverty. I would like to call the attention of viewers and listeners to like this video, to subscribe, and to share, and to also make their comments available. Government policies, particularly concerning, and I will use very practical examples to drive this point home, particularly concerning policy inconsistency and policy somersaults. Sometime in the recent past, the federal government of Nigeria ensured that borders were closed so that made in Nigeria goods and and products that are coming from Nigeria, whether processed, whether manufactured or raw, become competitive and accessible for the ordinary Nigerians. I can use the example of farm products. For example, cassava. In the most recent planting season, particularly when a new policy of reopening borders started to be implemented. These have had very, very hard adverse effects and negative consequences on cassava farmers and cassava growers in Nigeria. It is like leaving the doors open, the borders open for poultry products to be imported into Nigeria. Cassava derivatives and cassava products that can be used to replace cassava have been brought in so massively, so hugely, such that cassava growers and cassava farmers in the last planting season are in very, very bad shape in Nigeria today. Many have run into huge losses. Many, I would describe, are moving corpses because of badly conceptualized government policies and badly implemented government policies.